Hey, hi everyone. This is Prashant here. I'm a cybersecurity analyst having a 5 years of experience, and welcome to the HackNet channel. So this video is for the person who is looking for the job in a cybersecurity analyst role. So this video is helpful for them. So let's get started. The first question is: can you explain what cybersecurity is and why it is important in today's digital world? Answer: cybersecurity is all about protecting a computer network and data from cyber threats like hackers, virus, unauthorized access. It helps keep our information safe and ensures that systems work without problems. In a today's digital world, with more people using internet, online services, risk of cyber attack is higher. Cyber attack is important because it prevents data theft, financial loss, and damage to a company reputation. Example: a company might use firewall and antivirus software to block harmful attack and keep sensitive data safe, ensuring that only authorized people can access it. Question number 2: what is the difference between threat, vulnerability and risk? Threat is a potential source of harm such as malware or hacker. Vulnerability is a weaknesses or flaw in the system that can be exploited by threat. Risk is nothing but a likelihood of the threat exploiting a vulnerability causing a damage. Example: a company using a outdated software that could be attacked by ransomware threat or increasing a risk of data loss. Question number third: what is CIA? So CIA is a foundation of information security. Number one, confidentiality, integrity and availability. So confidentiality is nothing but to ensure a sensitive information is accessible only to authorized users. Unauthorized users cannot be accessed that information. Integrity ensures that data remains accurate and unaltered. Means no one can modify or a hacker cannot be modify that information or sensitive data. Availability is nothing but ensures that a system or data are available whenever the authorized user required to access it. Example: a secure banking online system encrypt a user data and prevent unauthorized changes and stay operational 24/7 availability. So this is the CIA. Question number 4: what is the principle of least privileges? The principle of least privileges states that a user should have a minimum level of access necessary to perform their task. This limits a potential damage from accidental or intentional misuse of privilege. Example: a junior employee in a HR can view an employee record but cannot be modify a salary details. Question number 5: what is a two-factor authentication? A 2FA is a security method that requires two types of verification to access the system. Typically, something you know a password or something you have a OTP or security token. That is the two-factor authentication. Example: log into the cloud storage account using password and code is sent to your phone. Question number 6: what is a firewall? A firewall is a network security device or software that monitor and control incoming and outgoing traffic based on predefined security rules. It acts as a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external network, that is the internet. Example: a company configure a firewall to block a traffic from specific IP address to prevent the unauthorized access. Question number 7: what is IDS and how it is different from IPS? IDS is nothing but a intrusion detection system that continuously monitor a network traffic for malicious activity, and it alerts to administrator but it doesn't block any traffic. Via IPS is an intrusion prevention system. It detects and actively blocks the malicious traffic in a real time. It not provide just alerts, but it blocks the malicious traffic at a IPS level. That is the intrusion prevention system. Example: an IDS detect a usual login attempts and alerts admin, while IPS automatically block the attempt. Question number 8. What is a phishing? A phishing is a social engineering attack where attacker tricks a user into revealing a sensitive information like password or credit card detail or by pretending to be a trusted entity. Example, a attacker sent a email impersonating a bank or asking user to click on a link and update their account details on the fake website. That is a phishing. Question number 9. What is a VPN and why it is used? VPN is a virtual private networks create a secure and encrypted connection over the internet that allowing a users to access a private network remotely and anonymously. It protects data from interception. Example, a remote worker uses VPN to securely access their company internal system from home. Like we in IT industry we can say work from home using VPN. Question number 10. What is brute force attack? A brute force attack is a trial and error method used to guess login credential, encryption, keys or password by systematically trying all possible combination. Example, an attacker uses an automated tool to guess a user email password by trying thousands of common password combination. Question number 11. What is a man in middle attack? Man in middle attack occurs when attackers secretly intercept and rely on communication between the two parties, making them believe they are communicating directly. This allows attacker to steal and manipulate the data. Example, a attacker intercepts the traffic between a user and banking website on unsecure Wi-Fi network, stealing a login credential. Question number 12. What is SQL injection attack? SQL injection attack is a code injection attack that exploits a vulnerability in a database query by inserting a malicious SQL statement, allowing attacker to access, modify or delete the data. Example, attacker enters or 1 equals to 1 in a login form, bypassing authentication and gaining unauthorized access to the database. Question number 13. What is a cross-site scripting? Cross-site scripting is a vulnerability where attacker inject a malicious script into trusted website, which are then executed in user's browser and stealing a cookies or sensitive information. Example, an attacker inject a script tag into a common section, stealing a session cookies of other users who view that page. Question number 14. What is ransomware? Ransomware is a type of malware that encrypts victim data and demands a ransom payment for decryption. It often spreads through a phishing email or malicious download. Example, the WannaCry ransomware attack in 2017 encrypted files on Windows system worldwide and demanding a Bitcoin payment to restore the access. Question number 15. What is the difference between the hashing and encryption? That is a commonly utilized in commonly asked this question by Twitter. So hashing converts a data into fixed length value that cannot be a reverse, used for verifying data integrity. Encryption transfer plain text data into the ciphertext, which can be decrypted back to the plain text using a key, and it is used for securing data transmission or storage. Example, a password are hashed before storage in the database, while credit card details are encrypted before a secure transaction. Next question. What is social engineering attack? A social engineering attack is a social psychological manipulation technique used by attacker to trick individual into revealing a confidential information or performing a certain action such as clicking a malicious link or granting a access. Example, an attacker impersonate an IT technician and convince employee to share their login credential over the phone call. Question number 17. What is network sniffing? A network sniffing is a process of monitoring and capturing a data packet as they travel across network. While it is used for legitimate network troubleshooting, attackers use it to steal a sensitive information or data. Example, an attacker uses a Wireshark to capture the unencrypted login credential sent over an insecure network. Question number 18. What is denial of service attack? A DOS attack floods a system, a server or network with excessive traffic or request, overwhelming its resources and rendering it unavailable to legitimate users. Example, an attacker uses a botnet to send a millions of requests to a website to causing it crash and it become inaccessible. Question number 19. What is multi-factor authentication? MFA or multi-factor authentication is a security measure that requires users to provide two or more verification factors to access a system, ensuring stronger protection than single factor authentication. Factors include something you know like password or security token, OTP, biometric data. Example, accessing an online banking account requires password and fingerprint scan. Question number 20. What is penetration testing? Penetration testing is a simulated cyber attack conducted by ethical hackers to identify vulnerabilities in a system, network, or application. It helps organizations strengthen their security posture. Example, a penetration tester exploits a weak password policy to gain unauthorized admin access and recommends implementing a strong password requirement. Question number 21. What is MITRE ATT&CK framework? MITRE ATT&CK framework is a knowledge-based adversary tactics, technique, and procedure used in cybersecurity to understand and respond to the threats. It helps organizations map attack behavior and enhance their defense. Example, a SOC team uses a MITRE ATT&CK to identify an attacker is using a lateral movement technique such as pass the hash and to move within the network. Question number 22. What is difference between symmetric and asymmetric encryption? Symmetric encryption uses a single key for both encryption and decryption. Asymmetric encryption uses a pair of keys like public key for encryption and private key for the decryption. Example, AES is a symmetric encryption algorithm while RSA is the asymmetric encryption algorithm used for secure key exchange. Question number 23. What is difference between the black hat, white hat and grey hat hacker? Black hat hacker are malicious hacker who exploit a vulnerability for personal gain. White hat hacker is an ethical hacker who identify and fix the vulnerability. Grey hat hackers who exploit a vulnerability without malicious intent but without proper authorization. Example, a white hat hacker is hired to perform penetration testing while black hat hacker may exploit some vulnerability to steal the data. What is DNS spoofing? So DNS spoofing is an attack where attacker manipulate a DNS record to redirect a users to malicious website instead of legitimate ones. Example, a user tried to visit a banking website but it is redirected to a phishing site due to a manipulated DNS record. Question number 25. What is difference between a vulnerability assessment and penetration testing? So vulnerability assessment focuses on identify and prioritize a vulnerability in a system. But Penetration testing simulates a real-world attack to exploit a vulnerability and assess their impact. Example: a vulnerability assessment detects outdated software, while penetration testing confirms if it can be exploited to gain unauthorized access. Question number 26. What is cyber kill chain? Cyber kill chain is a model developed by Lockwood Martin that outlines the stages of cyber attacks. It helps organizations to understand and disrupt the attack at various phases. The stages include reconnaissance, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control, and action on object. These are the stages of the attack for cyber kill chain. Example: an attacker gathers the information about the target during a reconnaissance phase and later delivers a phishing email with a malicious payload. Question number 27. What is zero-day vulnerability? A zero-day vulnerability is a software follow unknown to vendor or security community. It is called as a zero-day because attackers exploit it before patch is available. Example: attacker exploit a zero-day vulnerability in a popular browser to deploy a spyware before security update is released. Question number 28. What is lateral movement in a cybersecurity? A lateral movement refers to a technique that attackers use to move within the network after gaining an initial access. It allows them to escalate the privilege and access the critical system. Example: an attacker uses a compromised credential to move from low privilege account to admin account on the same network. Question number 29. What is honeypot? Honeypot is a decoy system designed to attract attacker and monitor their behavior. It mimics a real system but isolates a malicious activity for the analysis purpose. Example: a company deploy a fake database server as a honeypot to detect an attacker to attempt SQL injection attack. Question number 30. What is EDR? That is endpoint detection and response. So EDR is a security solution that monitor and analyze a endpoint activity to detect, investigate and respond to the threat. It provides a real-time visibility and automated response capability. Example: an EDR solution detects an unusual file encryption activity on employee laptop, indicating that ransomware or immediately isolate the endpoint from the network. So these are the questions that help you while preparing the SOC analyst role or security analyst role position. Thank you.